Mama Miki, coming to you today to talk to you about what holds you back, why you fail, why people fail. What is it that are the main reasons that you can't seem to get ahead, or why most of the people that surround you seem to stay at the same place and never move on and experience greatness? What is it? What are the main reasons people do not ever have incredible levels of success? All right, Mama Miki here to talk to you today and lay it out. And I'm going to be really blunt, okay? Really, 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 really blunt. Can you handle the truth? You can't handle the truth. All right, first thing, and we all know this, and we've all experienced this, is you cannot be a freaking know-it-all. Can't. Stop being a know-it-all. Now, when you have a certain level of understanding in a subject, man, go all in. Be narcissistic. Tell everybody how great you are. Get the attention, draw the business to you, and be successful because you're so good at this one thing and you have to tell the world. But here's the thing. Most people talk about how great they are, and they're not great at all, right? Like, they're total know-it-alls, and they don't have this space of wanting to learn and take in information and see it from a new perspective and challenge their own thinking. Listen, I have a rule in my life. This is my rule, all right? This is the rule that this sister, yo Mama Miki, your coach, lives by, lives and dies by. I never, ever, 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 ever take advice from someone who isn't doing significantly better than me. Okay? Now, this applies to different subjects. So if somebody is extremely well-versed in an area that maybe isn't doing so great in other areas, then I'll pick their brain on that area that they're really successful at. But I am not going to pay attention to them in the areas that they're not doing well in. Let me tell you something. My daughter and I volunteer with the homeless. All right, we just bought gifts for some of our favorite homeless people just to encourage them, and so we get to know them around town, or we can go to the shelter and see them, whatever, right? But these guys have the audacity to give one another money advice. What the hell? You're going to take money advice from a homeless person? No! You would be an idiot to take advice from a homeless person. Guys, you've got to break away and have standards for yourself and understand that you should never take advice from somebody who's not doing significantly better than you if you want to succeed. See, this is the thing. Okay, the second big thing that people do is they overexpose themselves to certain information and they underexpose themselves to other information, all right? So you're taking advice from the wrong people. You're listening to people that are know-it-alls without them being significantly good, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is you're overexposing yourself constantly to the same ideas, to the same people, to the same situations, to the same perspectives, to the same. Do you know most people never leave their hometown? They never leave their hometown. I have cousins that have never lived anywhere else than the same exact town that they grew up in. I don't think they've traveled. If they have traveled, it's been like, little tiny blips. Do you think they have a broader perspective? No. These are more small-minded people that have not had any exposure to the world. All right. So they're overexposed to the same place, to the same thinking, to the same environment. They're having the same experiences. They're exposed to the same ideas. They're overexposed. And they're underexposed to broad-minded. They're underexposed to extremely successful people where a lot of that energy could rub off on them. They could take in more information. They're underexposed to working for or being exposed to really outstanding companies. Okay, they're working maybe at the same job, and not really expanding and pushing themselves in different areas. So this whole overexposure and underexposure thing is real. It's real. And, the third thing that I find that holds people back, that keeps them from success, is they're afraid of the pain. You can't be afraid of pain. It's like if somebody's grossly overweight, okay, they're going to be afraid of making dietary changes. And there's going to be a pain involved as they free themselves from the habit of stopping in at their favorite fast food place. There's pain involved with that because it's a habit and it satisfies a craving and it's easy and it's fast and they've been doing it for a long time. So their system, their body, it has been calculated that way, right? It's like a car, that gets calibrated. And we do this to ourselves. So we're afraid of the pain that comes with building new habits, creating new habits, and doing all the things that we need to do to break out of those bad, things that have built up to this really big, massive, terrible habit that's created tremendous pain in our lives. Guys, we're so afraid of pain. We're so afraid of it. We're afraid to get out of bad relationships. We're afraid to really deal with our issues. We're afraid to hit things straight on. We're afraid of selling ourselves and promoting our business. We're afraid to have tough conversations. We're afraid of the pain. We're afraid to get in the damn gym. We're afraid of the pain. We're afraid to meet new people. We're afraid of moving. We're afraid. People are afraid. And what comes with that? When people are afraid, you know what they do? They make excuses. Oh my gosh. The average people make so many damn excuses. It's not even funny. It's just sad. It's just sad. We make excuses after excuses after excuses. Well, I can't get to the gym. You don't need a gym. You don't need a freaking gym. You eat the right kind of food. You get down on the floor, do a few push-ups. You're going to lose weight like that. You have to just move away from the excuse making and being afraid of changing the habits and radically improving the system. Listen, know-it-alls, wow. As a coach, I see a lot of it. I see people that I am like, dang. Listen, get yourself out of bed at 6 a.m. What are you doing? You don't have time to lounge around. You're having financial problems and you're laying in bed until, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. No wonder you're depressed. You have made yourself go into a depressed state. And now you're a know-it-all that, well, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this disease, I have this problem, I have this problem, I've got this problem, I got this problem, I got this. But you're a know-it-all about stupid stuff that's holding you back. And you're making excuses because you're afraid of the pain to break out. A lot of people are afraid of success. When you're moving into that place of success, what you're doing is you are defying the rules of ordinary, the rules of average, the fitting in, the being like everybody else, being liked. When you break out of that and you're saying, all right, I am going to be done with this overexposure to the average. Whatever the average person does, you shouldn't do. The average person watches a lot of TV. The average person doesn't really take their life very seriously. The average person doesn't laugh very much. The average person says things that are politically correct all the damn time. The average person is okay with an ordinary job. The average person doesn't understand and look and see how they can save money in taxes. The average person doesn't push for the promotion. The average person doesn't expect more out of themselves. This is why I never, ever take advice from somebody who isn't doing significantly better than me. And I recommend that you begin to adapt, and move into that space. Because when you do, when you start looking up instead of around, when you start looking up, who has gone before me, where I want to go, who has carved that path, and let me learn from them. And let me not be a freaking know-it-all and make excuses and overexpose myself to average thought. So these are the reasons. These are the reasons we don't have success. Think we know it all. We're exposing ourselves to completely the wrong thing, right? Completely the wrong thing. And we're totally afraid of the pain that it's going to take to get where we want to go. Because there is pain involved. There's tremendous pain involved. Always. Every time we want to do something great, there's pain. There is pain. You know, in my 50s now, I'm 51, going into the online digital world, creating an online school has been painful. It is not easy. It's very difficult. You have to figure out the platforms. You have to create the video. You have to learn editing. You have to learn SEOs. You got to learn websites. It's painful. But if I want success, if you want success, my friends, you gotta be willing to go through the pain. You gotta be willing to tell yourself that you've thought you've known it all and that now you have to completely disrupt your system. Completely. I used to think I knew sales and marketing because I was really good at it when it was one-on-one. But when you enter the online world, it's a whole new thing. It has been painful for me. Painful. Do you think I'm going to take advice from people who are not doing significantly better than me? No. Why would I do that? This is a very, very small niche. Very few people understand what it takes. I'm not going to pay attention to the average people. I'm going to pay attention to people who know more than me. People should pay attention to me when it comes to health. You know, I weigh like 118 pounds. I'm fit. I'm strong. I barely work out. I don't have to try. I eat as much as I want. Women should be coming to me in the droves in our wellness school and getting involved because I can help anybody lose weight fast. Right? Mental health, I've overcome so much. I would never go to somebody for a problem who if I've got, something I'm trying to work through, who hangs on to all of their pain and all of their misery and claims all of these diseases. Why would I do that? No. You go to somebody healthy and clean and clear and free. Somebody who's worked through it all, not somebody who hasn't faced the pain and just medicated themselves and tried to make everything okay. You don't go to those kinds of people, guys. Therapists and psychologists, this is one of the highest suicide rate professions in the world. You don't go to a therapist if you're struggling with suicide, probably. You better do your freaking research. This is why we started our school, so we could talk about real stuff. Real stuff. By the way, it's called Fashion A Fairytale. You get to try it for free. You should try it. See, most people make excuses. They think they know it all. They think they can do it on their own. You don't want to do things on your own. You want to go to people. There's a link, thank you, on Facebook. You want to go to people who have treaded that water before. Are you going to take swimming lessons from somebody who don't know how to swim? Are you an idiot? No. If there was an Olympic like teacher, like somebody who'd been to the Olympics, and you wanted to learn how to swim, I'd go to them. Not somebody who only knows how to doggy paddle. I mean, doggy paddling might keep you alive for a minute, but if you really want to dive in and figure it out and become solid and have good skills, then you go to somebody who's very advanced. I'm not going to go to my cousins that never left their hometown for travel advice. I'm not. Why would I do that? I'm going to go to somebody who's been all over the world, and I'm going to say, what have they learned? What have they learned about packing? What have they learned about, buying tickets? What have they learned about accommodations? What should I learn? I've been an expat. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in a foreign country. I understand what it's like to live around other cultures. You don't want to go to somebody to learn about people who's never really been around people. They've only been around the same kind of people. Guys, you gotta stop overexposing yourself to the news. You're so negative. You're so worried about politics. You're so worried about, this administration or that administration or this person or that person, when you need to be concentrating on your damn self. Concentrate on yourself. Stop blaming these other outside situations. You gotta expose yourself to things that are opposite of your current thought process if you want to grow. You overexpose yourself to friends that think just like you. And when you do that, you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're programming yourself more with the same thought, with the same thought, with the same thought, with the same thought, with the same thought. And you're becoming more and more inundated, more and more programmed, more overexposed. You want to disrupt your system if you want to have success. You want to go toward those things that shake you up a little bit, shake you up, that challenge you, that make it painful. You want to go into these thoughts with this mindset that says, okay, let me learn. What are you saying here? So you're telling me that I should learn this way. When somebody gets, they get really angry, that's a mind that is shut down. Move on. And if that's you, sister, brother, you gotta knock it off. You gotta turn your face from these stubborn ways, because they're not doing you any good. They're holding you back. They're making you into a know-it-all. And you don't want to be a know-it-all unless you know it all. Unless you know it all and you've had tremendous success in that area. Stop talking about things that don't matter to you, that don't matter in your immediate life. If you haven't had tremendous success in the area of health over a long period of time, Why are people going to listen to you? Why would people listen to you about becoming mentally, emotionally, spiritually well if you haven't been proving that over a long period of time? Why would you listen to somebody about finances when they've had when they're homeless? I'm telling you, these homeless guys are giving out money advice to other homeless guys. I've seen it. Just shake my head. What the hell? What the hell? Guys, obviously you know nothing about money. Why would you have the audacity to talk about money when you've never handled it before in your life or you've lost everything? Why? Guys, I'm trying to do you a favor. Stop acting like a know-it-all when it comes to money. I don't need money. You want to live off our money? You want to live off my money? Or is it time for you to rise up into the fullness of who you are? Because I'll help you. But if you're a know-it-all, there's no help for you. Zero. Zip. None. People who say that they know all about food and are obese, why would you take any advice from them? You can't. You can't. You can't. Guys, you've got to expose yourself to things that challenge your system, and you have to go to people that have been there for a long period of time. Why people talk about Donald Trump as not being able to handle money is beyond me. Because obviously he knows the system and he knows how to work it. And he knows about deductions and appreciation and real estate and income and sales. And why would you discount all of that instead of learning? What has he learned? What has he learned? He's become one of the most successful men in the world. I have something to learn. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Learn from people that are different than you, that think different from you. When you start doing that, then you know you're moving into a place where you can experience success. I love you guys. Go try my school. Just go freaking try it. The word try is not in my vocabulary because you put try in front of anything, you've already given up. But I use it in this instance because if you just say, okay, I'm going to go try, I'm going to go peek in, I'm going to go see what's there, then I know you're at least willing to lean in a little bit. And if you're willing to lean in, there's hope for you. So go to Fashion a Fairytale. You're going to get my book for free. You're going to get 2 free weeks of self-love training. Lord knows we all need it. We don't love ourselves enough. You're going to get a crown for free to do some self-love mirror work because I'm a big believer in building yourself up. You need to build yourself up. There's enough people out there that want to tear you down. And I am of the belief that the more built up that you can be, the stronger and more powerful and the more people you can help and the greater reach you can have. And that's what I do. If you want coaching that is the most affordable on the planet, after your free 2 weeks, it costs less than what you would spend at Starbucks per day to be in this private manifestation group where you get manifestation video after manifestation video on esoteric thought, on finance, on mental well-being, on physical well-being, you name it. It's amazing. It's not easy. It's painful. It takes a lot out of me. But I do it because I never had the kind of coaching and mentoring that I wished I had as a young woman. My daughter is my business partner. She's my best friend. She believes in me. I've mentored her my entire life. She's right here with me. She thinks I walk on water. And you'll get videos from her and I and both of us together in this wellness school, and you'll freaking love it. It'll be the highlight of your week. You'll look forward to it. And those that don't think they know it all, those that are wanting to expose themselves to things that are new, and those that want to step into the pain, they can handle it. So go to Fashion a Fairytale right now. Get involved. It's free for 2 weeks. No freaking excuses, people. I'm rolled up today. I'm tired of seeing humanity suffer. I'm tired of seeing you suffer. I'm tired of seeing you make excuses when you can have a beautiful life, an expanded life, when you can help people, not bring them down with your depressed state, your anxious state, your excuses, your poverty. You have to latch on to people that have been there before you and say, I have something to learn. Because when you can do that, everything changes. Can't wait to see you in the program. You message me if you have questions, okay? All right, the links are in the description. I freaking love you. I believe in you. Stop looking to people that aren't doing significantly better than you for advice. Stop it. Drop those friends. Pick me up as your new BFF because I'm going to make sure you thrive. That's my goal. That's my intent. All right, guys. Have a great day. Get in the program. Yeah. Get in the program. All right. I love ya. I love ya. I love ya. I love ya.